It was telling that what the pleasure of samsara or this life or goodnesses or pleasure or goodnesses or happinesses or achievements, so as with whatever we eager to have, those are which we should all consider that as a means as a reflection of a the situation of summertime, like rain, like mist, like light, and all those, due to all those conditions, rainbow appears, but it does not have any reality as we see. It is just like an illusion. It just appears there, but there is nothing to grab or grasp and have it. There's no reality. When you realize that, when you analyze and understand in that way, then it will help us not to be so attached as much as we get attached as a reality. Right? Last time it was like that. So now this time it is about suffering. Could you please translate that briefly?
Recording in progress.
When you are finished, you please let me know, Vietnamese or Taiwanese or Korean. When you are finished translating, then you please give me a signal.
Okay, translated.
So for that, in Tibetan stanza, how it says is that Dungal nach Milam Pushipag Tulnang Dendra Sung Atamche Richinang Nitin Nang Che Beche Tulbarta with this. So all these sufferings which we face as a human being, we have suffering of birth, suffering of old age,
Ra cái chỗ mà cái hàng dây anh
suffering
cắm
of sickness,
ở chỗ kìa anh
and
kia chúng ta đo
eventually
anh mấy cái cọc
suffering of
đặc
death.
biệt là có hai cái cọc cái chỗ hai cọc mà nó gần cái tường rào nhất đấy, xem là nó từ cái mặt tự nhiên đấy.
And even if we get rebirth into God realms, in many some of the religions, those God realms, very high God realms, something tangpo, something nipa, something sumpa, like meditative stage of some God realms, considered as a liberation. But according to Buddha Dharma, no matter where you are born, even in the God realm, that the God realms may have joy or pleasure of the momentary time, but when the time comes, or that cause of that cause which made them get rebirth into those God realms are also changed, and then falling into lower realm, that suffering. And then in semi-God realms, due to its own jealous, they are born in the semi-God realm or Asur realm, and they have to face a lot of how to say, causes, having war or battlefield with the gods, and get killed and injured and so on and so forth. And then human realm, as I told you. Then in the animal realm, as we see, with the ignorant, don't know anything, that is the biggest suffering of animal realm. Then in hell realm, there are suffering of burning heat. There is suffering of frozen, of cold, and so on and so forth. And there are 18 different aspects of hell realm. Then there are, if you get reborn into hungry ghost or preta realm, then you have the causes by attachment or stinginess. Therefore, there's a large variety of hungry ghosts which are always suffering from hunger. So therefore, all these sufferings, and on plus, whatever we wish to have, it gets very far or very difficult to approach. And those we do not want, like suffering or pain, even you reject, even you run away, it follows you and comes to you. And all these kind of sufferings, if you can consider as a how to say, as an illusion as well, like dungal na chok milam pusitar, tulang dember songa atangche. For example, if a mother of a single child, mother of a single child, who loves her child so much, then in her, if she dreams that her son is dying, then how much of pain and suffering will that mother will have while she is dreaming? Because one thing is because of her love or attachment, not real love, but in Buddhism we call it attachment, chakpa, shemba, not ningje, but chakpa, shemba. And therefore, in the dream, she gets so much pain, so much suffering. But if she realizes that death of her son is a dream, it's not real. If you are able to understand or realize that, at that moment itself, spontaneously, simultaneously, that suffering will disappear, isn't it? So in similar way, all those sufferings which we are facing in this samsaric, all those sufferings are also we are having that very big pain because of lack of wisdom or understanding of how to say dimbar zimba. How do you call denzin, Sifu, in English?
Grasping reality.
Sorry?
Grasping reality.
Yeah, grasping as a reality, as a real, exactly the same as the mother's dream. We are seeing all this suffering and pain and all, and we see this as a reality. But the fact is that it is not real, it's not nothing real as we see or as we feel. It is just a how to say appearances of our actions as we fall into sleep. We are, due to this ignorant, all these appearances appear, and whatever it appears, we grasp it as a reality. Therefore, we have immeasurable pain or suffering. The suffering caused by wanting, expectation, and rejection. So therefore, it means that we should consider therefore we get this, how to say, tiring experience of samsara. So therefore, in order to change that condition, always train yourself and meditate and contemplate and try to train yourself and try to teach yourself that this is like a dream of a single mother. But the main cause of it is attachment. I mean, how to say, attachment, the grasping of reality, and due to that, rejecting and expectation. Due to that, we get all this suffering. These troubles.
Okay, it's translated.
Where's Sonam Sangpo? Sonam Sangpo from, oh yeah. So in other words, in a very brief, is that what according to my understanding, it means that if you do not want all those sufferings, then in order to get rid of it, you have to get rid of the confusion of dualism. You have to get rid of the confusion of dualism.
Các bà cho ăn cơm mà còn chả thèm ăn chê cơm. Ôi dồi,
Dualism,
không có ra thêm
followed
mấy
by
bên kia nó cướp
ignorance,
luôn.
not understanding the reality. Just get, how to say, something like hallucinated by our ignorant. If you understand that our ignorance dualism, then you will get rid of all these sufferings, unwanted. Yes. I don't see Taiwanese translator. I don't see. Is there? Lama. Oh yeah, Lama, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that similarly, Dawatakpa, Chandrakirti has says the difference between realized being and unrealized being. So kyo namni tokpe ching mitok naljur parnam tol gyursing tok nam lopar gyurpa kain pa number chebeti gur kepesung. He says that very briefly saying is that normal human being, or I mean normal living beings, are suffering because we are tightened up by our own emotional appearances. And the great practitioners are free because they understand their own ignorant, the dualism, or yeah, it's free from that. Therefore, Tongnam Lopar Gyurba Kain Pa, number Chebe Debur Kepesung. So, because of confusion, because of not knowing the reality, we see everything unreal. We don't see the fact. We see the unreal. Therefore, in order to get rid of it, what you have to do is analyze, analytical meditation, like Laktong. Or by analyzing it, understand the reality. Then you will get the result as the realized beings. That is the advices of scholars. You understand me?
Yes. Yeah.
Because again, like you I will speak Tibetan and then give Taiwanese translator may understand better. Lubin Dawata Pegi. Lubin Dawata Chandrakirti. No, in Chinese, what do you call?
月称顿时
Yeah. He says, Sosu Kyo Nami Tope Ching. Mitok Naljur Panam Troljur Sing. Tongnam Lopar Gurpa Kangin Pa. Number Chebe Debur Kepesung. Yeah. It's same.
Như là Ngài Nguyệt Xứng đã nói rằng là sự khác nhau giữa cái bậc giác ngộ và cái chúng sinh bình thường, thì chúng sinh bình thường thì bị trói buộc bởi những cái cảm xúc tiêu cực xuất hiện, và những cái cảm xúc tiêu cực xuất hiện, nguyên nhân của nó là xuất phát từ cái tư tưởng nhị nguyên tốt xấu hay gì đó. Tốt thì nó sẽ khởi tham, xấu thì có thể nó sẽ khởi sân. Và chính vì thế đấy là cái nguyên nhân của cái xúc tình tham sân. Nguyên nhân thì là không hiểu cái bản chất, mà những cái bậc giác ngộ là những cái người mà hoàn toàn thoát khỏi được những cái tư tưởng đó rồi, thoát khỏi được những tư tưởng nhị nguyên, bởi vì các ngài hiểu được cái bản chất của những cái tư tưởng nhị nguyên, hiểu được nó xuất phát từ cái việc là vô minh, tức là cái trí tuệ không hiểu được cái bản chất tính không của tất cả cái sự vật hiện tượng. Chính vì thế cho nên là chúng ta có cái sự bối rối, hay là cái sự không hiểu về cái bản chất thật, cái bản chất thực tế. Cho nên là chúng ta cần phải phân tích những cái mọi cái sự vật hiện tượng, phân tích những cái cảm xúc của chúng ta thông qua cái thiền phân tích, để chúng ta hiểu được cái thực tế nó là như thế nào. Khi chúng ta hiểu được cái bản chất thật của vấn đề, nó không bị cái tư tưởng nhị nguyên lôi kéo nữa, thì chúng chúng ta sẽ thoát được những cái cảm xúc tiêu cực.
Is that okay? Okay. Then telling the importance of 6 paramitas. And 6 paramita is the path or stairs to enlightenment. So therefore, it is the path of bodhisattvas. Path of bodhisattvas. So from these six paramitas, first is generosity. So it says, Changchup Ndepe. Now this is what 25th stanza, right? 25th stanza. So Changchup Ndepe Lu Kyang Tongge na Chirolongbe Namla Merchibu. Teacher Len in Mirewa Jimbatonga Yaselalenin. So you see, those who understands, as it says earlier, the fault of samsara and samsara's cause of samsara is a dualism and followed by ignorant. As a result, we experience what we are experiencing. And enlightenment means transforming or understanding that cause of the samsara, and as a result is the liberation. Then as a cost, if we have to pay, we should be ready to, the one who understands, that person will be ready to pay any cost for that achievement, which is called liberation. Get rid of all these sufferings, unwanted ones, and if that is achievable by a cost, then one should be ready to give any cost you have to pay, isn't it? Therefore, Changchup Depe Lu Kyang Tongge na, many you can see, I mean, there are so many examples, but most example is like if you can read Jataka's story, the Buddha Shakyamuni's stories of before he became Buddha. Like we all know that in Nepal, there is a Namo Buddha, right? There is a place called Namo Buddha, where one of the lifetime of Lord Buddha sacrifices his own life or his own body for the sake of a family of a tiger, without any expectation that that this tiger family may pay me something which is bigger award. It is totally given. He understands the importance of his life, of course, but he understands the importance of enlightenment or achieving the enlightenment. It is uncomparable. Therefore, giving the life is a very, very small thing, and which can cause a great cause. So if it is like that, then our belongings, whatever belongings, house, wealth, I mean, whatever it belongs, the how to say, valuable things, which we call it valuable things which we have, we should be ready to pay, ready to give, or ready to renounce for the sake of liberation, isn't it? So when we give something, we expect for something. we expect a result, and our result is so small. We give something, like we do a business, we invest 100,000, we expect 1 million or 1 billion or 1 trillion also, right? And that is for how long? Isn't it? I'm not saying I'm understanding. I'm also same as sentient being. We do like that. We do not even expect for enlightenment for ourselves. We don't even expect renunciation from samsara for oneself either. Forget about others. So ignorant, so stupid. Therefore, Changchup Depe, Lukyang Tango, Chirio Mubuchonan, Michigan. The children that Namin Miro, Jimbatonga Casalale means that when we have to renounce for sake of something, we should totally sacrifice or give it away without any expectation of samsaric pleasure or samsaric achievement, and we should understand, we should totally give it for the sake of enlightenment of not only oneself but for all mother sentient beings. Therefore, in Shantideva has said in Bodhisattva's way of life as well, that Namin Drebur Rewame, he says himself to himself, Tetar Shengi Tenche Kyang, Tetar Shengi Tenche Kyang, Lomsen Tangni Mosermet. He said, if someone does something for others, you should not be pride that I am doing something for others or getting, it is nothing so surprising. Lomsen Tangni Mosermet. Chikdu Shendun Lagawa Namin Devi Rewame. So this is it is a joy and pleasure to do something for others. Therefore, I do not have any expectation of reward. It is similar as that what we have been talking right now. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Sonam Sangpo, you understand?
So this means that what I think is that Changchun Devi Lugyang Tonggona means it does not mean that you should jump into a front of a tiger. It's not saying that. But in order to have that much of a brave mind, at the moment maybe we will not be able to do. Forget about jumping in front of a tiger. Even a mosquito bites you, we scream, don't we? So it's far rich from us. But definitely, if you train yourself, and if you train yourself, if you teach yourself through analyzation, then definitely we will be able to be filled with joy to give even your particles of your body. And giving just a particle of your body is nothing how to say special. But special thing is that able to dedicate for the sake of others, able to dedicate oneself for the others. That is the thing which we have to achieve. So
if you practice it, if you practice it, if you train yourself, it is 100% we will be able to. Because, for example, I am, for example, myself, I am a little bit better than one who doesn't know any dharma. For example, if a mosquito comes in my room, I will not use and kill that mosquito in order to save my drop of water, blood, but I will be happy to give this blood, but I don't like the pain. So therefore, I will try to push away that mosquito, if possible, through a window or a space, but I will not kill at least. So that much are difference. One who knows a little bit of Dharma and one who does not know Dharma. It's same human being, but only it's a result of a training maybe. Maybe many of you may be the same, isn't it? So for the giving, one is in a Nama Buddha. In another, I will tell you a short story. It says that Muni Buddha before becoming Buddha, he has been practicing like as a Bodhisattva, 500 human and 500 non-human. So in Nama Buddha, what he did was one of the human life. But what I'm going to tell you is one of the life when he was non-human. He was a rabbit. So they say there are one monkey and one rabbit and one monkey, one rabbit, and one what do you call that? It's a very cute animal who lives in the water and eat fish. What do you call that? Brown one. Not very big like this. Goes in the sea like we call tram. Chusam. They always eat fish.
Dolphin.
Outer.
Huh?
Outer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Outer.
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 Yeah.
Otter.
Huh? What you said, Gemma?
Otter.
Ow.
Otter. Otter.
Like a sea otter.
Otter.
Yeah, otter. Yeah. Otter. O-T-T-O-R. O-T-T-E-R, right? Otter, yeah. And one was jackal. One was jackal. There was 4 animals living in a forest. Then Buddha Shakyamuni became Buddha. One was Shariputra, one was Mongalpu, and one was what do you call? Very important. I forgot. I don't get that mind. So anyway, they became the disciple of Buddha. So these 4 animals was incredible animal according to their behavior in that forest. So Lai Wangpo Gyaltsen, the king of the god, knew that, saw that, and he was so surprised, but he wanted to test them. So he came down in this forest disguised as a sadhu or a saint, very old, very helpless, very weak saint, and he was shouting, screaming in the forest, saying that, is there anyone who can help me? I am dying of thirst. I am dying of hunger. Is there anyone who can help me? Like that, he was screaming, shouting. So these how much was? These 4 animals heard that sound, and they said, "Oh, today we have a guest. We should go and help what we can do. We should do what we can do." So they all agreed and searched, followed this sound, and tried to get near. And then they found this old man, very old and helpless man, and they brought under a tree, and they said, "What can we do for you?" So he said that I'm in such a hunger that I may lose my life. So first of all, could you please try to give me some food? And they said, yes, okay, sure, why not? And then the monkey goes, climbs on a tree and brings a lot of fruit and offers him. And then the saint enjoys it, and he acts that he's so enjoying, so pleasured, so happy. And then the the altar went. Of course, he brought some fish, dead fish, and I think it was dead fish. I'm not exactly sure, but offered him, and he ate, and he also showed very very joy and happy. Then the jackal went searching for a food, and somehow he found a pot full of yogurt, curd, and offered offered to the saint, and saint was act as very 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 happy. And then it was the turn of the rabbit. So rabbit thought, oh my God, I have no strength to carry such a big pot of curd. I cannot climb on a tree and bring fruit. Neither I cannot jump into water and get fish. And what I eat is just a grass, and that he will not eat. Now what should I do? I cannot do anything. I cannot participate. I cannot participate in this. He was so sad. He was so sad, but he thought maybe he will eat my body, my meat, rabbit's meat. And he asked the saint, "Do you eat rabbit meat?" And the saint said, "Yes, I will. I will eat. Sure, I will eat." Oh, then he became very happy, but now he didn't know how to offer his body. Then the king of the god, by his supernatural power, manifest a fire, bonfire, big bonfire, and then the what do you call, the rabbit saw this bonfire, and he said, you said you will eat rabbit meat, so I am rabbit. You please eat my meat. And he, without any hesitation, jumped into the fire. But the fire was a created fire, like supernatural power. It will not burn. So, but he can see the the compassion and non-attachment in this rabbit, how he jumped into it. Then the god of the king bowed to this rabbit, and he took this rabbit to the god realm and made a painting on his palace in the god realm. It's true or not, I don't know, but it says that if you look at the moon, you can see a illustration of a rabbit if you look carefully. So it says in the Jataka story that that is the illustration which was made by the Lai Ombu Gyejin, the king of the god. So therefore, if you analyze all these obstacles to liberation, or which makes the liberation or the path to path of liberation, such as generosity and discipline and so on and so forth, becomes very hard because of only of your mental condition. So the present mental condition is such a difficult, but those who have trained as a rabbit also can be can have that kind of a braveness, you know. So the message to us is that train yourself, train your mind. Doesn't mean you can do now. Doesn't mean you jump in fire now. But we will be able to if you train ourselves. Chanjusim Bichopa. Chanjusim Bichopa means behavior of bodhisattvas. We should behave like a bodhisattva. You know, Gyala, Nanzo Nangbaki, Nanzo Peg Nangbaki Nangla, Nanchu Dangla, Rick Sajor, Rick Se, Mase, Rick Sajik. Nanzo Chicken, Tuki Rick, Chanju Sembe Rick, Sangaki Rick Sajor, Rick Sajor. What do you call that in English, if you know? In Chinese? 啦，
种
Jom.
种性
Rick is like, I don't know how to say in English. Really. Rick is like nature. Maybe it's a nature. We have Buddha nature, right? We all have Buddha nature. But Rick said, the Buddha nature should, we all have Buddha nature, but the Buddha nature should be flourished, should be grown, isn't it? Should develop. So as an example, you don't need to go to say, oh, he's Buddhist, he's non-Buddhist or whatever. There are some people, non-Buddhist also, even an innocent villager also. You can see difference in people. That some of them, even if they have a cup of water, let's say we have a cup of water, we get a cup of water, one of the person will say, you drink first, please, you have first, you drink first. And the person will keep himself at behind without any teaching of the Dharma. And there are some people, even you are Buddhist, if there's one cup of water, instead of asking others, you will drink yourself first. There are people like that, isn't it? That difference you can see. That is the result of past lives practices, what they have practiced.
Mà he he ghét thì đâu có rất là ngon hả? Dạ.
And there are some examples like that. You can say one is Buddhist, not only Buddhist, but monk, Kempo, Geshe, but they know a lot of Dharma, but attachment to themselves and ego is so big. And there are some people, very simple people, like a normal farmer, but very kind, don't have such an ego, does not have importance to oneself, but have importance to others more. You see why? Because of past lives karmic results start to flourish. And one who's a Buddhist, Geshe, Kempo in this lifetime, but in past lifetime, due to past lives karmic result, the behavior cannot change. You know, we can see like that many.
Sò cầm đi đâu rồi ấy? Lúc sáng Sò lấy giấy cho mẹ, Sò để đâu ấy nhỉ?
Similarly, Nagarjuna has said that Nyepe Kyunni take Parki, go take Pechishicha. Kangshi Yiki, Go Mena, Regi, Sugar Chilapen. He says that if you chop off someone's neck as as an enemy, it is useless until you chop the head of the pride or ego. If you do not have the mental cloth, mental robe, monk's robe, mental robe, if you wear a yellow robe, is useless. That's why it says here. You understand? You understand? So the main enemy is Nyepekun, the negative behaviors. Negative behavior, comparing to the Bodhisattva's behavior, all those other behaviors are a negative behavior. That should be cut. That we should chop off. Not chop off your head. And you know, I am wearing this robe, like a robe, monk's robe for what? Not to do evil. Only that's the reason why we wear robe, right? So if you cannot clean, maybe we use the word called clean, or demolish the evilness of your mind, and if you keep that and wear a yellow robe wear a yellow cloth is useless. Okay, then the second is Vinaya or Tsutim or discipline. Jimba, actually the second paramita. Tsutim me par rangdun midupna midupe. Tsutim me par rangdun midupe. Shendun drupar nipa gemune. Shendun drupar nipa gemune or gemugyu. Techir sipen dunba me bai. Tsutim sunga jasa lalenin. Also, Nagarjuna says that Timni Gudam Migus Ashindu Yundeng Kungi Shiden Lepersong. So therefore, disciplining is very, very important. And according to the Nagarjuna, discipline is like the like the earth where everything grows. Medicine grows, fruit grows, food grows, everything grows from it. So similarly, all the goodnesses, all the qualities of our mental qualities will be grown only if you have the discipline. So, Sutim mapper. If you do not know, if you forget about disciplining, but if you do not know anything about discipline, the importance of discipline, and then you are hoping to achieve even achievements of how to say samsaric achievements, to become king, become queen, become wealthy, become this, become that, or expecting to achieve arhatship, that also cannot be achieved without discipline. And without disciplining your body, speech, and mind, with even smallest disciplines, as it says in Sotar Sutim, in Sutim has Nyecho Dombe Sultim, Gewachodi Gitsultim, Senjen Toji Gitsutim. There's 3 disciplines. So Nyecho Dombe Sultim is disciplines like how to say, when you take refuge, when you take kui to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then we have a discipline, don't we? Yeah, that is one kind of discipline. And then then if you take like Gengingi Domba, not monk but some discipline ordination, then you have like 10 disciplines. Then if you become like a higher than that, like Getsulgi Domba, 36 disciplines. Then if you become totally how to say, total Vikshu, then you have 253 disciplines. Then also if you are going to practice Bodhisattvas practice, then there are Bodhisattvas discipline. Then if you are going to practice Vajrayana or Tantrayana, then Vajrayana and Tantrayana, it has its own disciplines. So without those disciplines, we cannot achieve anything according to Sutrayana or Mahayana or Vajrayana. That if you have that disciplines, it minimizes your wrongdoing. It enhances your right attitude. That is why discipline. Then all those good things, not even if it is not there, anything which is you are doing, which you do for others, and minimize importance of self-importance, like wisdom, studying, contemplating, meditating, and minimizing this evil ignorant. That is also a discipline. Is discipline to do welfare of others. That is also discipline. So need to have these kind of disciplines as an importance, and discipline yourself much as possible. Otherwise, forget about enlightenment or helping others. You could not help yourself even to achieve a very lowest samsaric achievements as well. So therefore, the attachment followed by ignorant, and therefore we have all these samsaric pleasures and things which appears as an attaching object. We should understand that as a nest of a snake, or a how to say, get rid of the attachment. Not saying that trying to get rid of the object, but getting rid of the attachment in your mental condition, to get rid of it. So that is called sutim. And so that's how trying to discipline your body, speech, and mind is one of the Bodhisattva's way of life, or Bodhisattva's practice. So therefore, we also should try to discipline ourselves. If you do so, then we are following the path of Bodhisattva and practice of Vinaya, or discipline. Are you clear? For example, Gyalwa ngadi desede gyadi disoena.
Listen, lasso.
Is that okay? Lamala, is it okay? What I said is okay? Sudim meba ramdun midumna shidan dubar deba gebinete just even diba meba sudim so much. So therefore do discipline, but not for a how to say, not for a sake of some samsaric achievements. Without expectation of a result of samsaric achievements, then disciplining yourself is called practice of discipline. Just now, discipline. So therefore, for many of us, discipline is very hard. Discipline is very difficult. That's why we need discipline. Discipline is very hard because your behavior is opposite of the discipline. Therefore, the discipline is very hard. Slowly you train and discipline becomes easier and easier. And then after some time, discipline is nothing hard anymore. At that time, you may not need discipline. Then the third is patience. Gewe longchun de be gyalse la nuje tamje rinchen tel tang sung de chir kun la shende me ba yi sweba gomba gyase la lenin che sung le deni So those who understands Gewe longchun de be gyase la gewe means those who want to achieve the result of like as we talked the importance of importance of discipline, and then importance of discipline and importance of generous, because understanding the result of those two practices. Those who understands that, then for them any hurdle or anything which is against you is nothing huge or nothing difficult to get over. That kind of feeling one may have. Therefore, when we get unwanted things, like whether it's a human or non-human attack of ghost, attack of spirit, enemies saying something against you or doing something bad to you, and whatever things, negative things happening to you, we should one would understand, a bodhisattva will understand that as a wish-fulfilling gem. It is like a wish-fulfilling gem. For example, if there is no one saying against you, then how to practice patience? If there is no one who is begging something from you, then how to give to someone, for example, isn't it? So therefore, by practicing patience, when we are patientless, and when you have when you get an opportunity to practice a patience, that will demolish accumulation of negative karma of millions of lifetimes, and we will be able to accumulate great merit. And therefore, those beings who are doing something bad to you, something harmful to you, is a source of your achievement. 그래서 gewe longche de be gese la no je tam che rin che de zang so de shir kun la shin de me bai therefore if there is no object to whom from towards whom we can practice patience, then how to develop patience? Therefore, teacher, without any hate or thought of revenge, Kunzin means, if somebody says to something to you, then it hurts you, and then you never forget, and you will think, oh, what he said. For example, he said dog to me. Now I should give him a lesson. I must give a revenge to that kind of a aggressive thought. Or to equalize. If someone pushes you down, then you wait with a hatred that I will equal myself or become higher than him. That kind of a mental attitude is called unpatient, kunzin. So without those kind of this kind of attitude, we should welcome. We should be honored if someone says that, if someone does bad to you, and understand that this is because of that person or whoever did this to me. So therefore, I have a great opportunity to accumulate a great merit and dispel negative accumulation of life to lifetime. So therefore, instead of having a revenge thought, we should have a thankful thought. So that attitude is a bodhisattva's attitude, and bodhisattva's how to say practice. So we should also try to develop like that and try to minimize the hatred and try to develop the patience. For example, if someone gives us when we are very thirst, if someone gives you a cup of water, we say thank you very much, don't we? Why do we say thank you very much? By giving a water. Because it dispels the suffering of thirst, and it gives the joy of getting rid of thirst. Therefore, if someone gives you a water, we say thank you, don't we? Right? If you are not thirst, if you are filled up with water up to here, and if someone gives you water, you will say, no, I don't want. You will not say thank you. So at the same time, also here by Shantideva, the Jiten Pusa have also says that Semchen Misun Namkashin Teda Shomgi Yomilam Troe Sem di Chikchomna Daditam Chomdandra. That means he says that how to say, enemy, if you say enemy is outside a being, that is enemy, then it is so huge of number that you cannot count. So therefore it is impossible to defeat. Tera shomgi yomilang. Semjen misun namkashin, the how to say, evil beings are like almost like a space. So therefore you cannot defeat all of them. But if you defeat your own hatred mind, the hate in your mind, anger in your mind, if you can minimize or if you can demolish that, then you have, it is similar as, it's exactly the same as demolishing all those enemies. So that is 4 stanza for today. So today is 20, what stanza? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 stanzas. Finish. So 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 9 stanzas more to go. Right? Is that right?
Yes.
Huh? Okay, then 39. So we finished 28. Right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Namaste.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, then one more. We can do one more. If you are not, if you are not tired,
That's
shall we
okay.
do one more?
That's okay, Namaste.
Sorry?
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, today we are here in the mountain for a holiday. Okay, I'm joking. So the fourth paramita is effort. You know what is effort? Effort. How to say in
Quả.
huh?
Quả.
Kwa. I see. In Vietnam they say kwa. And in Chinese, effort is what? I remember, but I forgot now.
精进
In Chinese, how to say effort?
精进
精进 là
Huh?
努力
Dintan.
Yeah.
là có gì?
And
精进
the
là một
tongue
sự
says
thực hiện.
kwa.
On effect.
Hmm? Okay, maybe there's two. In Chinese, how to say?
努力
Lamala? Effort.
Kampati.
努力
Nuli,
Nuli.
yeah. I read Nuli. Nuli, yeah. Nuli. And Korea is also Nuli? No. Sanam Sampo?
정진?
Huh?
정진? 정진이라고 하죠? 정진? In
Tungjing.
Korean? 정진?
Oh.
정진 바람일? Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So here it says Rangdun Bashik Drube Nyen Rang Yang. In Tibetan we call Tsundru. In Chinese you called Nuli. In Vietnamese what do you say?
띵단.
Huh? No, Tingtan. Before you said something else. Okay, Tingtan, then Tingtan. Whatever. Nuli means what you think, what is Nuli, whatever you think Tsundru means. Rangdun Bashik Drubenyan Rang Yang, Gola Meshul, Dr. Tsun Thong Ne, Drogun Tuntu Yundin Juneki, Tsundru Tsambakasela Lenin. So effort is very important. Now we are talking about 6 paramita, but for example, if you are going to practice generosity itself also has to become perfect. We must add discipline, patience, effort, meditation, and wisdom also. Otherwise, your generosity is not, it is generous, but it is not totally the perfect generosity according to what we are talking about. So therefore, here also effort also need to have generous, discipline, effort, meditation, and shirap, and wisdom. You understand? So 6 into 6 is how much?
36.
Then there is 36 paramitas. You understand? Parulu chimba tu, parulu chimba chu, parulu chimba sotu. So there's different like that. So Rangdun Bashik Drube Nye Rang Yang Gola Measure Dr. Chun Thong Ne For example, here it says one who seeks for its own only his or her own liberation, peace, and beyond suffering. For example, arhatship, those kind of smaller vehicles, or the arhats, they also practice or train themselves so hard with great effort. So effort is what means Gola Meshul Dr. Chantona means if a lady has a very beautiful hair, let's say, if a lady has a very beautiful hair, very long, black or golden color or whatever, very beautiful, and which she has developed that for years and years, and who have taken care very well, and everybody prays about her hair, like that kind of a lady, if her hair catches a fire, how soon will she try to, to
Extinguish.
extinguish the fire? Will she wait? Will she do slowly? I will do after 5 minutes. I will do after 10 minutes. You will say 10 minutes, but it will take 1 hour. Will one do this? No. You will do immediately, quick as possible. In a similar way, the arhats and the great arhats and great arhat practitioner, arhatos, they meditate and they do not even waste even a second or minute and get carried away in samsaric life. And then we considered ourselves as a Mahayana follower. Mahayana follower means in English you translate as a great vehicle. Why great? Because I want to practice for the sake of all sentient beings, or as Shadideva has says, she said, "Namkan ne batan drova chisin ne gyurpa." This is done in ne gyurpa drove dungal se varsho. The pray he pray. So that kind of a mental attitude one must have and do for it. So a one who is has such a great mission to not to just liberate oneself, but to liberate all the sentient beings, someone who is doing for the sake of that, then why not? One should have effort, right? There's no question. Therefore, wasting the time for your small pleasure of this life, or getting lazy, oh, I have to rest, I have to sleep, I have to eat food before I do something, before I do Om Mani Padme Hum, I have to eat a sashimi, before Om Mani Padme Hum, I must eat a pho, like that, So for a small moment of pleasure, you waste time for a big task. So they have the big task. So you have to understand that and try to change it other way around, at least, and think those are very small matters according to my task, according to my mission. So by knowing that, we should immediately, how to say, demolish those laziness and how to say, self-centered minds, attitudes. And doing that or practicing that is the one of the bodhisattvas, practice of bodhisattvas way of life. So we should train ourselves in that way. Then we are also on the footsteps of bodhisattvas. Okay, so that's 5 stanzas. So that's enough for today. And I would like to remind my friends in everywhere, but especially the friends, Dharma brothers and sisters of the South Asian region. I'm not saying you are bad, but I think it is very important to develop more patience in among our brothers and sisters. Is very important. I feel that. Patient. Yeah. Yes. So thank you very much. If you have anything to ask, please do. We have 13 more stanzas. And two very last ones are not the practice. It is just how to say, words of Geshe Tome himself. So it's not that much. Okay, if not, then I will see you next Sunday.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Rinpoche.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche la.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Next
Kuchi.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Kuchenang Rinpoche.
Lasso.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gela, for translating. If our Japanese translator, Gela, are you coming to India? Lamala, from Taiwan, our
Also,
translator. Are you coming to India?
not anytime soon, I don't think.
Sorry?
Not anytime soon.
Okay. So if you come, please do visit us. Okay?
Lasso.
Yes.
Bye-bye.